Okay, ceramics. What is the meaning of ceramics? Advanced ceramics are not generally clay-based. The people think that all the ceramics are based on clay, and no, not necessary. They are either based on oxide or non-oxides, or combination of both of them. Let me check what is the meaning of that. The typical oxide, aluminum oxide, copper oxide, iron oxides, those oxides mixed with clay produce excellent ceramics. We are going to analyze the oxides of metal, and we are going to start with the aluminum oxide, one of the most common in our industry. Aluminum oxide, this is the formula of aluminum oxide, is also called alumina. Yeah, and when the metal, everyone knows that if you leave aluminum out in the rain, it rots. Yeah, if the aluminum it rots for a long period of time, it's corroded, and at the end of the day, you have holes, you have destruction of the metal like this. Remember that the corrosion is the accumulation of oxidation. And now we are going to check about the copper oxide. Remember that I explained in the previous episode that depending with how many electrons is working the metal, when the metal is combined with the oxygen, the metal produce different type of oxides. Iron, copper, iron and aluminum, they interact with oxygen in different ways. Those elements, they have in the last orbit 3 electrons, but depending how they are combined with the oxygen, they produce different type of oxide, and the color of those oxides is different. For example, copper, in this particular case, copper produce, the most common are copper 1 and copper 2. Copper 1 is Cu2O. This is the formula for copper 1, and this is the formula for copper 2. Copper 1, the color normally is red color, copper 1, and is used in photoelectric cells, and is used in lie detectors. It's a ceramic. It's an excellent superconductor. When the temperature is high, become a good conductor of electricity. Those are the most common iron oxide. It's brown, yellow, and red. Those are the most common iron oxide. Yes, yes, this is the typical oxidation of the iron. In this particular case, is brown. When it's exposed to the environment for a long period of time. This is the typical colors. But there are more colors. Iron oxide is a mineral colored black to steel or silver gray, brown, or red with brown, or red, depending of the combination in between the oxygen and the iron. The selection of the hardware appropriated is critical in our business. You can destroy the boat if you use inappropriate hardware. If you use regular steel bolts, if you use galvanized bolts. We have a great example in the next coming video clips. With Mr. Rodriguez, we received a boat that both engines is an inboard boat with 2 Mercruisers, and the stringers were deteriorated because water penetrated in the stringers, because the motor mounts were installed with a galvanized lag bolt. The galvanized bolts were corroded and corrode the fiberglass, and the humidity entered into the stringers and destroyed the stringers. Destroy the stringers, and one engine fall into the second one and destroy the ball head. And externally, you can see in the structure of the boat, externally outside, that the stringers, the chassis of the boat is completely destroyed, and the boat is free, is flexible, and the fiberglass, the gel coat is cracked.
You asked to the customer about the procedure to remove the tank completely and check the condition of the fuel tanks?
Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
No, why? Oh,
We had to take
okay.
that and just take all the electrical out of the tower because he has a second station up top.
Okay.
So, I mean, probably if I did that, it would probably, he'd end up like $25,000 worth of work. Right now, he's probably around $10,000–$15,000 of work.
Yeah. And you think that with that amount of money is enough for this reparation?
As far as the 25,000, yeah,
Yeah.
it would be.
Okay.
And I would check the pressurize the tanks, make sure they're good. The tanks look good. The problem I'm more concerned about is the floors of the tank are rotted or not. There's no way to know.
Correct.
So you would have to take this tower off. You'd have to take the floor completely out in order to inspect that and then move the tanks.
Okay. We are going to do different videos. One of the videos is we are going to cut the stringers and we are going to let the hull completely clean.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, the first thing they gotta do is clean the hull. Pressure wash this, clean it really good so it's clean. So when you're working on it, you have a clean area to work in. And then they'll start cutting in, like you said, in the videos you'll see where it's cutting, you'll
Correct.
see the rotted wood.
Correct.
Because you can already see the rotted wood just in
yeah,
that.
it's completely gone.
Yeah.
And how we determine bad stringers, you tap on it and you listen to the sound where you can tell that the inside, which is the core and the inside, the main strength is bad.
Right.
So basically what's holding it is just the outside fiberglass that laminates the outside.
Is that why the boat's buckling on the sides?
Yeah,
You
because
see
there's
it?
no strength,
There's no support down the middle of the boat.
no support.
And I see this rotted on the inside, like these holes here, you know. So what is it that you got to do now at this point?
At this point, we just gotta cut it out, totally erase the bad parts, and then make sure first you have to clean it.
Yeah, you got to clean it first, obviously.
You know,
Yeah.
and then
Clean it, open it up, and pull all the old
Get all
wood
the-
out. Put
get all the
new
good
wood
stuff.
in there.
Yeah.
Are you gonna put composite or wood?
I'm gonna use wood. Wood is better for strength.
Okay.
It's because of the engine sitting on these. You can't put composite because it's not enough strength for that. For the engine.
Not only that, the lags really won't hold in
Yeah,
the
you're not
composite.
gonna
I
hold,
understand
right.
that.
So you have to use wood, solid wood.
And how are you gonna make sure the measurement's gonna be the same on both sides?
I'm gonna have to, before I move anything, I have to take the measurements, the height, the width, how long back that I'm gonna go. And there are different steps because this is where you level the engine. So these, you have to have these back.
Right. And I see one just came right out of the fiberglass.
Right. So, which is okay. You can always take it from the other one or measure, make sure it's level. The same thing at the back.
Right.
Basically, you want to put things back the same way that it's there.
So everything lines up
So,
properly.
right.
Correct.
So
So
you
that
won't
way we
have
don't
to-
have any vibrations and stuff like
And you
that.
won't have to go through all the different trying to level it. When you're done, you build it back the same way.
Right.
So you have that same level.
Look at the engine,
Let me raise it up.
fully corroded. Look at the condition of the motor mounts, completely corroded. Silicone here, this is an indication that the stringers are hollow. That's not good. Look at the condition of the block. That's the oil cooler for the steering. The block completely corroded. Completely corroded. This is the problem with the raw water engine. The engine is cooled by raw water. A lot of silicone. This is an indication that the stringers are hollow.